The culture of Bihar, a northeastern state of India, includes aspects such as literature, cuisine, performing and visual arts, and festivals. Language. Hindi, Maithili and Urdu are the official languages of the state, whilst the majority of the people speak one of the Bihari languages, Bojari, Magadhi, etc. Bihari languages were once mistakenly thought to be dialects of Hindi, but they have been more recently shown to be descendant of the language of the erstwhile Magadha kingdom Magadhi Prakrit, along with Bengali, Assamese, and Oriya. The number of speakers of Bihari languages are difficult to indicate because of unreliable sources. In the urban region, most educated speakers of the language name Hindi as their language because this is what they use in formal contexts and believe it to be the appropriate response because of unawareness. The uneducated and the rural population of the region assign Hindi as the generic name for their language. Despite of the large number of speakers of Bihari languages, they have not been constitutionally recognized in India. Hindi is the language used for educational and official matters in Bihar. These languages were legally absorbed under the subordinate label of Hindi in the 1961 census. Such state and national politics are creating conditions for language endangerments. The first success for spreading Hindi occurred in Bihar in 1881. In this struggle between competing Hindi and Urdu, the potential claims of the three large mother tongues in the region Magadhi, Bojari and Maithili were ignored. After independence, Hindi was again given the sole official status through the Bihar Official Language Act, 1950. The relationship of Maithili community with Bojari and Magadhi communities the immediate neighbours have been neither very pleasant nor very hostile. Maithili has been the only one among them which has been trying to constantly deny superimposition of Hindi over her identity. The other two have given up their claims and have resigned to accept the status of dialects of Hindi. Literature. Bihar has produced a number of writers of Hindi, including Raja Radhika Raman Singh, Shiva Pujan Sahai, Divakar Prasad Vidyarthi, Ramthari Singh Dinkar, Rambiri Ksh Benapuri, Fanishwar Nethrinu, Gopal Singh Nepali, and Baba Nagajan. Mayor Pandit Rahul Sankrityayan, the great writer and Buddhist scholar, was born in Uttar Pradesh but spent his life in the land of Lord Buddha, that is, Bihar. Rishika Sulabh is the prominent writer of the new generation. He is short story writer, playwright and theatre critic. Arun Kamal and Alok Dangar are the well-known poets. Different regional languages also have produced some prominent poets and authors. Sharat Chandra Chattopadhyay, who is among the greatest writers in Bengali, resided for some time in Bihar. Of late, the latest Indian writer in English, Upamanu Chatterjee, also hails from Patna in Bihar. Devaki Nandan Khatri, who rose to fame at the beginning of the 20th century on account of his novels such as Chandrakanta and Chandrakanta Santati, was born in Muzaffarpur, Bihar. Vidyapati Thakur is the most renowned poet of Maithili. Satyapal Chandra has written many English bestsellers which are critically acclaimed. Bihar has also produced a number of scholars, writers and poets of Urdu, including Shad Azim Abadi, Jamal Mazhari, Bismil Azim Abadi, Maulana Shahnam Kamali, Kaif Azim Abadi etc. Performing arts. Music. Bihar has contributed to Indian classical music and has produced musicians such as Ustad Bismillah Khan and Drupad singers like the Maliks and the Mitras. Bihar has an old tradition of folk songs, sung during important family occasions such as marriage, birth ceremonies, and festivals. They are sung mainly in group settings without the help of many musical instruments, although the tolak, banjari and occasionally the tabla and harmonium are used. Bihar also has a tradition of lively holy songs known as fagua, characterized by their fun rhythms. During the 19th century, when the standard of living in Bihar worsened under British misrule, many Biharis had to migrate as indentured laborers to West Indian islands, Fiji, or Mauritius. During this time many sad plays and songs called Biraha became very popular in the Bojor area. Dramas on that theme continue to be popular in the theatres of Patna. Also of note, Be Smooth fronted Bihari Beach is one of the most popular bands from the area. Vishwa Bojari Samlan has done a project on Bojari folk in last decade. This unique musical series has been released at Second World Bojai Conference in Mauritius. Drama and theatre. Some forms of theatre with rich traditions are the Bidizia, Reshmashuamal, Bahula Bisahari, Baharagoran, Raja Salesh, Sama Chakava, and Donkach. These theatre forms originate in the Anga region of Bihar. Theatre activities were very amateurish until 1960, when, like other regions of India, the modern Hindi theatre movement also started in Bihar. Satish Anand, an actor and director, is the maker of modern Hindi theatre in Bihar. He is known as a trendsetter in contemporary modern Indian theatre. Satish Anand established the theatre group Kalasanjam at Patna in 1962. The production of Adiator in 1973 was considered a great happening in the history of the cultural field of Bihar. This event was considered as a renaissance of theatre in Bihar. The quality and class of Kalasanjam, a Euro unregistered trademark S Play Productions, established him as pioneer of Hindi theatre of Bihar and leading theatre groups of India. Patna became one of the most active theatre centres of India from the 70s to the 90s. The outstanding and high-class play production of Kalasanjam, directed and designed by Satish Anand, put Bihar on national theatre map. Eminent theatre critic Dineshwar Nadkarni, after watching the plays of Kalasanjam in 1979, wrote in Economic Times with this heading, a small-town stalwarts a Euro. People started accepting that Kalasanjam gave a new face to theatre of Bihar. Satish Anand introduced street theatre in Bihar during JP movement in 1975. Kalakar Santosh Samiti was formed under novelist Vanishwarnath Renu, and revolutionary Hindi poet Baba Nagarjun. Kalasanjam first time presented its street theatre, Badal Sarkar, S. Jalusa Euro unregistered trademark under the direction of Satish Anand. Production of Kalasanjam on street corner, parks and roadsides created a history in Patna. Kalasanjam had presented 108 shows of Jalus in Patna and outside Bihar. Large number of audience used to assemble at performing corners and enjoyed the performances. Success of the Jalus created large number of theatre audience in Patna. Success of a Jalus had also motivated and inspired many political parties to start or form their cultural groups to perform street plays. IPTA, Patna was revived in 1979 and started its dramatic activities under director Kasem Khurshid. Kalasanjam organised its first theatre festival and first All India Theatre Seminar in 1978. Kalasanjam presented its 5 plays, Andar Yug, Ashad Kal Ek Din, Laran K. Rajans, Balapur Ki Rakatha and Sing Assam Kali Hai. In 1984, Satish Anand had evolved a new theatre idiom Bidizia style for modern Indian theatre by using indigenous traditional folk theatre elements of Bihar. Visual arts painting Mithila paintings are a style of Indian painting, practiced in the Mithila region of Bihar. Tradition states that this style of painting originated at the time of the Ramayana, when King Janak commissioned artists to do paintings at the time of marriage of his daughter, Sita, to Lord Ram. The painting was traditionally done on freshly plastered mud wall of huts, but now it is also done on cloth, handmade paper and canvas. Madhubani painting mostly depict the men and its association with nature and scenes and deities like Krishna, Ram, Shiva, Durga, Lakshmi, and Saraswati from ancient epics. Natural objects like the sun, the moon, and religious plants like Tulsi are also widely painted, along with scenes from the royal court and social events like weddings. Generally no space is left empty. Traditionally, painting was one of the skills that was passed down from generation to generation in the families of the Mithila region, mainly by women. The painting was usually done on walls during festivals, religious events, and other milestones of the life cycle such as birth, Upanayam, and marriage. This painting is in fact the simplistic manifestation of the philosophical heights achieved by our nation in yesteryears. There are so many famous Mithila painters like Smt Bhatti Dayal, Mahasundari Devi, late Ganga Devi, late Sita Devi and others who have induced intellectual edges in their paintings and made it famous and prestigious worldwide. Bhati Dayal is considered as one of the greatest Mithila painter as her work of art is a unique amalgamation of heritage and modernity. It appears fresh and graceful. Radha is not a mythical character hemmed in by tradition but a selfless striver for sublimity also in Bhati's canvases. Besides national award, she has also been honoured with the Vishist Bihari Samman amid festivities to commemorate 100 years of Bihar. Manjusha Kala or Anjika art is an art form of Anga region of Bihar. Patna school of painting or Patna Kalam, sometimes also called company painting, offshoot of the well-known Mughal miniature school of painting flourished in Bihar during early 18th to mid-20th centuries. The practitioners of this art form were descendants of Hindu artisans of Mughal painting who facing persecution from the Mughal emperor, Aurangzeb found refuge, via Murshidabad, in Patna during the late 18th century. They shared the characteristics of the Mughal painters, but unlike them, the Patna painters also started painting bazaar scenes. The paintings were executed in watercolors on paper and on mica. Favorite subjects were scenes of Indian daily life, local rulers, and sets of festivals and ceremonies. Most successful were the studies of natural life, but the style was generally of a hybrid and undistinguished quality. It is this school of painting that formed the basis for the formation of the Patna Art School under the leadership of Sri Radha Mohan. College of Arts and Crafts Patna is an important centre of fine arts in Bihar. Sculpture The first sculptures in Bihar date back to the Mauryan Empire, where stone and bronze figures have been discovered. Pillars of Ashoka and Adaganj Yaksha are estimated to be at least 2,000 years old, and were carved out from a single piece of stone. The statues are found all over Bihar. Sculptures were also made from bronze, an advanced technique at that time. An example of this is the 1,500 years old Sultananj Buddha statue, which is about 7 feet and made of 500 kilograms bronze, the largest of that period. A multiplicity of statues, ranging from Hellenistic gods, to various Gandhar and lay devotees, are combined with what are thought to be some early representations of the Buddha and Bodhisattvas. Today, it is still unclear when the Greco-Buddhist art of Gandhara exactly emerged, but the findings in Sirkap indicate that this art was already highly developed before the advent of the Kushans. Mandahil has the unique image of Lord Vishnu, from the Gupta period, in his man-lion incarnation. The image is 34 inches high and made of black stone. Most the Hindu and Buddhism sculptures was destroyed by Muslim invaders along with the other major centers of Hinduism and Buddhism in India. Architecture. The first examples of significant architecture pieces in Bihar date back to the Vedic period. While the Mauryan period marked a transition to the use of brick and stone, wood was still the material of choice. Chanakya, in the Ayodhya Shastra, advises the use of brick and stone for their durability. Megasthenes mentions that the capital city of Pataliputra was encircled by a wooden palisade. Evidence of this has been found in recent excavations in Kamraha in modern-day Patna. Remains of an 80-pillared hall has also been unearthed. Many stupas like those at Nalanda and Vikramshila were originally built as brick and masonry mounds during the reign of Ashoka. The Buddha stupa, a dome-shaped monument, was used in India as a commemorative monument associated with storing sacred relics. The stupa architecture was adopted in Southeast and East Asia, where it became prominent as a Buddhist monument used for enshrining sacred relics. Upon its discovery, these became known as pagoda to Westerners. Fortified cities with stupa, viharas, and temples were constructed during the Maurya Empire. Wooden architecture was popular and rock-cut architecture became solidified. Guardrails consisting of posts, crossbars, and a kupinga became a feature of safety surrounding a stupa. Temples built on elliptical, circular, quadrilateral, or apsidal plants were constructed using brick and timber. The Indian gateway arches, the Torana, reached East Asia with the spread of Buddhism. Some scholars hold that Turiya derives from the Torana gates at the Buddhist historic site of Sankai. Walled and moated cities with large gates and multi-storied buildings which consistently used arched windows and doors are important features of the architecture during this period. The Indian Emperor Ashoka himself established a chain of hospitals throughout the Mauryan Empire by 230 BCE. One of the edicts of Ashoka reads, "Everywhere King Piradasi erected two kinds of hospitals, hospitals for people and hospitals for animals. Where there were no healing herbs for people and animals, he ordered that they be bought and planted." Buddhist architecture blended with Roman architecture and Hellenistic architecture to give rise to unique blends such as the Greco-Buddhist school. The state was largely in ruins when visited by Xuanzang, and suffered further damage at the hands of Mughal raiders in the 12th century. Though parts of the Bihar have been excavated, much of it still lies buried beneath modern Bihar. Rock-cut wells in India date from 200 to 400 CE. Subsequently, the wells at Dank and construction of stepped ponds at Binmal takes place. Mughal tombs of sandstone and marble show Persian influence. Shah Suri and his successor had created some elegant Mughal architecture like Shah Suri tomb. Ibrahim Khan, governor of Bihar, who was also Makhdum Daulat's disciple, finished the construction of Makhdum Daulat and Mausoleum in 1616. The building at Maina Sharif is a marvelous one. The walls of the building are adorned with intricate designs. There is a big dome on the top and the ceiling is full of inscriptions depicted from the Quran. Patna High Court, Bihar Vidhan Sabha, Bihar Vidhan Parisad, Transport Bhawan, Patna, Golgar Street Mary's Church and Patna Museum are some example of Indo-Saracenic architectures. Craft The artisans of Bihar have been very skillful in creating articles using local materials. Baskets, cups and saucers made from bamboo strips or cane reed are painted in vivid colors are commonly found in Bihari homes. A special container woven out of sikhi grass in the north, the porti, is a sentimental gift that accompanies a bride when she leaves her home after her wedding. The weavers of Bihar have been practicing their trade for centuries. Among their products in common use are the cotton durries and curtains. They are produced by artisans in central Bihar, particularly in the Patna and Bihar Sharif areas. These colorful sheets, with motifs of Buddhist artifacts, pictures of birds, animals, and/or flowers, gently wafting in the air through doors and windows, blown by a cool summer breeze, used to be one of the most soothing sights as one approached a home or an office. Bhagalpur is well known for its sericulture, manufacture of silk yarn and weaving them into lovely products. It is known as the Tussa or Tussar silk. Cuisine. The staple food is roti, dal, chawl, sabzi and asha. It is prepared from lentils, wheat flour, rice, vegetables, and pickle. The traditional cooking medium is mustard oil. Khichdi, a broth of rice and lentils seasoned with spices and served with several accompanying items, constitutes LTHE midday meal for most Hindu Biharis on Saturdays. The favorite dish among Biharis is litti chukha. Litti is made up of sattu and chukha is made of smashed potatoes, tomatoes, and brinjals. Chitba and pitha, which are prepared basically from rice, are special foods of the Anga region. Tilba and chudha of Khatani rice are also special preparations of Anga. Kadi bari is a popular favorite and consists of fried soft dumplings made of besan that are cooked in a spicy gravy of yogurt. This dish goes very well with plain rice. Bihar offers a large variety of sweet delicacies which, unlike those from Bengal, are mostly dry. These include anareza, belgrami, shinamurki, motiklo ke laddu, kala jamun, ksaria pida, kajar, kurma, kubai kili, lakvo, pawal ki mitau, fuar and malfuar, tkua, maraba and tilkut. Many of these originate in towns in the vicinity of Patna. Several other traditional salted snacks and savories popular in Bihar are chira, duska, litti, makhana and sattu. There is a custom of eating boiled rice-based lunch and roti-based dinner and breakfast. The food culture is both vegetarian and non-vegetarian. People from Mithilanchal enjoy both veg and non-veg dishes, and cuisine of Mithilanchal area is unique in its own way. Machkaksjor is a special fish curry made in mustard paste and is a preparation from Mithila. Mos is generally mutton or chicken or squales in a spicy gravy and is generally enjoyed with malpuas. Kankoraktrika is a mash preparation of crab after roasting the crab. Dokakja generally are oyster stew cooked with onion gravy. Chitba and pitho, which is prepared basically from rice, are special foods of the Anga region. Tilba and of Katani rice are also special preparations of Anga. Kadibari is a popular favorite and consists of fried soft dumplings made of bisan that are cooked in a spicy gravy of yogurt and bisan. This dish goes very well with plain rice. People also enjoy eating chura or chida with yogurt and sugar. Arakan chanik tarkari is a preparation of marinated sun-dried colocasia leaves, steamed and cooked in mustard gravy and is a famous Methil dish. Daljinguni, ramruch is a bisan-based dish unique to Mithila region, Goidila, and is generally had with rice or rotis. Fish is cooked in a spicy mustard gravy known as machak jho or as a special preparation in the Mithila region. Cuisine of the Mithila region matches a lot with Bengali cuisine and generally imbibes the usage of mustard oil and the 5 spices known as the peng thoran. Roll is a typical Bihari non-vegetarian dish. These are popular and go by the generic name Roll Bihari in and around Lexington Avenue in New York City. There is a strong influence from Mughal cuisine in eastern Uttar Pradesh and western Bihar which resulted in development of Bojai cuisine with Bihari flavor are also part of Bihar's unique confluence of cultures. Famous food items include Bihari kebab, Shami kebab, Nargisi kuft, Shabdag, Yorkani biryani, Mutton biryani, Shaldram gosht, Berkakani, Klecha, Naan roti, Sari Kars order, Kema misli, Gajar Kar Hoa, Ankar Zfrani Hoa etc. Religion. Gautam Buddha attained enlightenment at Bodh Gaya, a town located in the modern-day district of Gaya. Vardhamana Mahavira, the 24th and the last Tirthankara of Jainism, was born in Vaishali around the 6th century BC. A typical Bihari household would begin the day with religious devotion. The blowing of a conch shell heralds the dawn of a new day while somewhere in the distance a Hindu priest intones the ancient incantations. The low-pitched chanting of a Buddhist monk or the tolling of a church bell reminds people to pay their salutations to God. In Bihar, every aspect of life is suffused with religious significance and its manifestations abound in every corner of the state. While shrines are located everywhere at the foot of trees, roadsides, etc., religious symbols or images of deities can be found in the most obscure or the most public places. From the dashboard of a dilapidated taxi to the plush office of a top executive, holy symbols or idols have their place. Hinduism being the main religion of the state, most of the festivals stem from it. There are many variations on the festival theme. While some are celebrated all over the state, others are observed only in certain areas. But Bihar being so diverse, different regions and religions have something to celebrate at some time or the other during the year. So festivals take place round the year. On arrival in any part of this state, a tourist finds around him evidence of the extent to which religion enters into the daily life of the people. The calendar is strewn with festivals and fairs of different communities living together. Many of these are officially recognized by the days on which they take place being proclaimed as government holidays. The battle cries of the Bihar Regiment, consisting of 17 battalions, Aji Barang Bali. Dara Sahib, was a saint influenced by Kabardis and Taramdas, united the Hindu and Muslim communities. Dara Sahib, like many other Bhakti saints, is known as Daryadas. He was listed by Brahm Sankar Misra as one of India's greatest saints. Many of his followers believe that he is the reincarnation of Kabir. Festivals =CHHATH equals CHHATH, also called Dala CHHATH is an ancient and major festival in Bihar, and is celebrated twice a year, once in the summers, called the Chaiti CHHATH, and once around a week after Deepavali, called the Kartik CHHATH. The latter is more popular because winters are the usual festive season in North India, and CHHATH being an arduous observance requiring the worshippers to fast without water for more than 24 hours, is easier to do in the Indian winters. CHHATH is the worship of the sun god. Wherever people from Bihar have migrated, they have taken with them the tradition of Chhath. This is a ritual bathing festival that follows a period of abstinence and ritual segregation of the worshipper from the main household for 2 days. On the eve of Chhath, houses are scrupulously cleaned and so are the surroundings. The ritual bathing and worship of the sun god takes place, performed twice, once in the evening and once on the crack of the dawn, usually on the banks of a flowing river, or a common large water body. The occasion is almost a carnival, and besides every worshipper, usually women, who are mostly the main ladies of the household, there are numerous participants and onlookers, all willing to help and receive the blessings of the worshipper. Ritual rendition of regional folk songs, carried on through oral transmission from mothers and mothers-in-law to daughters and daughters-in-law, are sung on this occasion for several days on the go. These songs are a great mirror of the culture, social structure, mythology and history of Bihar and eastern Uttar Pradesh. Chhath being celebrated at the crack of the dawn is a beautiful, elating spiritual experience connecting the modern Indian to his ancient cultural roots. Chhath is believed to be started by Kana, the king of Bangladesh. Among ritual observances, the month-long Shravani Mela held along a 108-kilometer route linking the towns of Sultanganj and Deoghar is of great significance. Shravani Mela is organized every year in the Hindu month of Shravan, that is the lunar month of July-August. Pilgrims, known as Kanwarias, wear saffron-colored clothes and collect water from a sacred at Sultanganj, walking the 108 kilometers stretch barefooted to the town of Deoghar to bathe the sacred Shiva Linga. The observance draws thousands of people to the town of Deoghar from all over India. Tej and Chitragupta Puja are other local festivals celebrated with fervour in Bihar. Bahula Baishari Puja is celebrated in the Anga region of Bihar. The Sanepa Cattle Fair is a month-long event starting approximately half a month after Deepavali and is considered the largest cattle fair in Asia. It is held at the confluence of River Ganges and Gandak in the town of Sanepa. The constraints of the changing times and new laws governing the sale of animals and prohibiting the trafficking in exotic birds and beasts have eroded the once-upon-a-time magic of the fair. Apart from Chhath, all major festivals of India were celebrated in Bihar, such as Makar Sankranti, Saraswati Puja, Holi, Eid al-Fitr, Eid al-Adha, Muharram, Ramnavami, Rath Yatra, Rakshabandhan, Mahashivratri, Durga Puja, Diwali, Lakshmi Puja, Christmas, Mahavir Jayanti, Buddha Purnima, Chitragupta Puja, and several other local festivals as well. Pitru Paksha Mela It is a 15-day fair held on the bank of River Falgu at Gaya during Pitru Paksha every year. Pilgrims from all corners of the country visit Gaya for offering pinda to their ancestors. According to Bihar Tourism Department estimates, some 5,000 to 75,000 pilgrims arrive in the Gaya city during the Pitru Paksha Mela every year. Media Print media Hindustan Times, Dainik Jagran, Navrat Times, Aaj and Prabhat Khabar are some of the popular Hindi newspapers of Bihar. E-papers, Bihar Times and Patna Daily have become very popular among the educated Biharis, especially the non-resident Biharis. Jaya Bihar is a similar e-paper, which has been recently started. National English dailies like the Times of India and the Economic Times are read in urban regions. Television and radio Several national and international television channels are popular in Bihar. DD Bihar, Sahara Bihar and ETV Bihar Jharkhand are the television channels dedicated to Bihar. Recently couple of dedicated Bojarai channel, Rural TV and Purva TV has been launched. Cinema Bihar has a robust cinema industry for the Bojarai language. There are also a small Maithili, Angika and Magadhi film industry. First Bojarai film was Ganga Jamuna released in 1961. Lajinaween Shoot Ram was the all-time super hit Bojarai film which was released against Mughal Azam, but was a super hit in all the eastern and northern sector. Bollywood's Nadia Ke Par is among the most famous Bojarai language movie. The first Maithili movie was Kanyadan released in 1965, of which a significant portion was made in the Maithili language. Baya, a Magadhi film, was released in 1961. Bojai's history begins in 1962 with the well-received film Ganga Maiya To Pyari Kadhibo, which was directed by Kundan Kumar. Throughout the following decades, films were produced only in fits and starts. Films such as Bdazia and Ganga were profitable and popular, but in general Bojai films were not commonly produced in the 1960s and 1970s. In the 1980s, enough Bojai films were produced to tentatively make up an industry. Films such as Mai and Hamar Baiji continued to have at least sporadic success at the box office. However, this trend faded out by the end of the decade, and by 1990, the nascent industry seemed to be completely finished. The industry took off again in 2001 with the super hit Saliyan Hamar, which shot the hero of that film, Ravi Kishan, to superstardom. This success was quickly followed by several other remarkably successful films, including Panditji Batai Na Bayo Kab Hoy and Sajura Bada Paisa Wala. In a measure of the Bojai film industry's rise, both of these did much better business in the states of Uttar Pradesh and Bihar than mainstream Bollywood hits at the time, and both films, made on extremely tight budgets, earned back more than 10 times their production costs. Sajura Bada Paisa Wala also introduced Manoj Tiwari, formerly a well-loved folk singer, to the wider audiences of Bojai cinema. In 2008, he and Ravi Kishan are still the leading actors of Bojai films, and their fees increase with their fame. The extremely rapid success of their films has led to dramatic increases in Bojai cinema's visibility, and the industry now supports an awards show and a trade magazine, Bojai City, which chronicles the production and release of what are now over 100 films per year. Many of the major stars of mainstream Bollywood cinema, including Amitabh Bachchan, have also recently worked in Bojai films. Culture by region. Anjika region, comprises the districts of Sahasa, Madhepura, Panaya Bhagalpur, Bankamunga, Jamui, Lakhisarai, and Sheikhpura in the eastern part of India. Anjika is the mother tongue of people of this area. Bojai region, comprises the districts of Rohtas, Kaima, Buxar and Bojor to the south of the Ganges. And, Saran, Siwan, Gopalganj, East Champaran and West Champaran to the north of the Ganges in the northern part of India. Bojai is the mother tongue of people of this area. Magadh region, comprises the districts of Patna, Nalanda, Nawada, Gaya, Lakhisarai, Sheikhpura, Awal, Aurangabad, and Jehanabad, in the central Bihar region, are the nourishing ground of the ancient Magadhi culture in the eastern part of India. Magadhi is the mother tongue of people of this area. Mithila region broadly comprises the districts of Muzaffarpur, Madhubani, Darbhanga, Begusarai, Khagaria, Katihar, Madhepura, Sahasa, Supal, Purnia, Araria, in the eastern part of India. Mithili is the mother tongue of people of this area. Apart from it, in the foothill of Himalaya in the northeastern part of Bihar and district Kishanganj, the language spoken is Rabangshi. The relationship of Mithili community with Bojai and Magadhi communities the immediate neighbours have been neither very pleasant nor very hostile. Mithili has been the only one among them which has been trying to constantly deny superimposition of Hindi over her identity. The other two have given up their claims and have resigned to accept the status of dialects of Hindi. It goes without saying that the relationship of Mithili and Hindi have been most complicated. While almost all Maithils have accepted Hindi as a language of formal occasions, the retention of Mithili for cultural, social, familial as well as literary purposes have also been more or less steady. The trend among the youngest generation to use Mithili in lesser and lesser occasions should be viewed in the context of the same thing happening among Hindi, Telugu or Marathi speakers who are tilting towards use of English rather than their mother tongue. Vijika region broadly comprises the districts of Muzaffarpur, Samastipur, Vaishali, Sitamarhi, Champaran and Shiohor, in the eastern part of India. Vijika is the mother tongue of people of this area. Vijika is also pronounced as Bajika and is a language in northwest Bihar. See also, Bojai, Bihar, Bihari languages, Magadhi, Magadha. Further reading, Pathak Prabhunath, Society and Culture in Early Bihar, Commonwealth Publishers, 1988, Basham A.L., The Wonder That Was India, Picador, 1954, ISBN 0-330-43909-X, Nambi Sanvijay, Bihar in the Eye of the Beholder, Penguin Books, 2000, ISBN 978-0-14-029449-1, Singh, Shankar Dayal, Bihar, Sanskritik Vaibhav. Diamond Pocket Books. 1999. ISBN 8171822940. Chittaranjan Prasad Sinha, Early Sculpture of Bihar, Indological Book Corporation, 1980, Susan Lubin Huntington The Origin and Development of Sculpture in Bihar and Bengal, University of California, 1972. References and footnotes, Razinder, U. The Home of Pali. Retrieved November 8, 2014. History of Indian Languages. Bihari is actually the name of a group of three related languages: Euro-Bojarai, Maithili, and Magar Euro spoken mainly in northeastern India in Bihar. Verma, Mahendra K. Language Endangerment and Indian Languages, An Exploration and a Critique. Linguistic Structure and Language Dynamics in South Asia. Braspal R. http www.canherald.com 277387/ on right track Maoist land html http www.telegraphindia.com/. Story 15,867,753 JSP Vtyaktsev 9H, Pajuria Ghana, AAYena Currency OEA AAA Currency, AAA. YouTube. Retrieved October 10, 2014. AB Culture of Bihar. I Love India equals October 28, 2014. Dadaganj Yakshayat Patna Museum, Temples and Legends of Bihar, Manda Hill. Retrieved October 10, 2014. A.B. Scott, David. Buddhism and Islam, Past to Present Encounters and Interfaith Lessons. Newman 42. ABC Encyclopaedia Britannica. Pagoda. Encyclopaedia Britannica. Torir, Japanese Architecture and Art Net Users System. Torir. Retrieved October 10, 2014. Piercy and Scarborough, Finger, Stanley. Origins of Neuroscience, A History of Explorations into Brain Function. U.S., Oxford University Press. 12. ISBN 0-19-514694-8. Moffat, M. Fazio, M. and Lawrence Oldhouse. A World History of Architecture. McGraw-Hill Professional 75. ISBN 0-07-141751-6. A. B. Livingston and Beach, page XXIII, Mughal Architecture. Encyclopaedia Britannica, http, discover by Urbanik Insafi Circuit HTM, Pathak Prabhunath, Society and Culture in Early Bihar, Commonwealth Publishers, 1988, pages 140, Jawad Jensmere, pages 29 Radhaswamy Reality, Attribution, pages 66 Darshana International, Guide to Host 2013 Petri Pakshaw Mela from September 18. Retrieved September 25, 2013. Bojarai Channel Mirror TV launched, Bojarai Channel Mirror TV launched. Retrieved October 10, 2014. Now, Bojarai Beam 24x7. The Telegraph. February 23, 2007. Bihar radio stations on FM, medium wave and shortwave. Retrieved October 10, 2014. http www.radiodhamil.com/ http AskIMDBCOMTT00549110/ Ganga Jamuna Euro First Bojarai Language Film, http AskIMDBCOMTT023635/8/ Kanyadana Euro First Maithili Language Film, http AskIMDBCOMTT02362021/ Baylor Euro First Magadhi Language Film, IMDb title. IMDb. Retrieved October 10, 2014. Tripathi, Ratnik Al-Bojarai Cinema, South Asian Popular Culture, 5-2, 145 Euro 165, people. The Telegraph. April 14, 2006. Move over Bollywood, here's Bojarai, BBC News Online, http://news.bbc.co.uk PR Asia /4512812 STM, Bojarai Film Awards, official website. Retrieved October 10, 2014. LAM Florin a florin 1/4 of florin E squared ACA a W euro EA 3/4 squared AI 1/4 ER per mil. Retrieved October 10, 2014. http, discover by Horbenik in Angika Culture HTM, http, discover by Horbenik in Bojarai Culture HTM, http, discover by Horbenik in Magahi Percent 20 Culture HTM, http, discover by Horbenik in Mathili Culture HTM.